Video you're about to see is shocking. What started as a suspected shoplifting at a local Walmart took a terrifying turn when one of the suspects pointed a loaded gun at a Canton police officer and tried to shoot him. Now, the gun didn't fire. Nobody was hurt. News 5's Bob Jones shows us how this all went down and tells us a convicted felon is now charged with attempted murder.
Oh, wow.
It all started at this Canton Walmart on Atlantic Boulevard around 1:45 p.m. Thursday. A veteran Canton police officer working an off-duty job arrested a man and a woman for suspected shoplifting and walked them back to the loss prevention office. It was in that office where the officer did a partial search of 21-year-old Shane Newman.
You got anything on you I need to know about? Why's your hand in your pockets?
It's not falling.
I'm gonna pat you down real quick, all right?
That's cool.
Nothing on you was gonna poke me, stab me?
The officer, who had placed his body camera on a desk, did some work on a computer while Newman and the woman sat on a bench. About 5 minutes pass, and then watch. The man leans to his right, pulls out a gun, points it at the officer, and pulls the trigger.
Hey! Hey! No! 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 No!
What goes through your mind when you see that video?
It's harrowing. It's my heart.
Wait, what? This is what they doing in Walmart? Okay, questions. The officer did a search on the kid, and he didn't feel for a gun? He searched him. This is why you got to search him. You got to pat. Open up your jacket. Let me see what you got. Officer, do better on the pat, because you could have got laid out. He pulled the trigger. You heard it click, click. He was willing to take you out. We gotta do better at our jobs, man. Thank God it didn't go off, but we gotta do better in our jobs. We can't just pat and believe, oh yeah. But I tell you this, if that was a brother, they would have patted his ass down. What you got anything? Oh, what's this? Come on, officer. You almost lost your life by not doing your job right. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You almost lost your life for not doing your job right. You called him, but that pat was weak. He was willing to take you out. Oh my gosh. He should be thanking First off, you need to go back to the academy, learn how to do them pats. Pats. I'm all up in there. What you got? You got anything? I'm not saying that he took him lightly because of his skin color, but I'm saying that he took him lightly because of his skin color. Because if that was a brother, you got anything in your jacket? Let me get up in there. In Ohio too, right? Yeah, let me get up in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me get them pants. You got anything in there? This dude turned over and was willing to take lives. In Walmart? What? This is what we doing in Walmart? This is why I don't go to Walmart. I don't care what y'all say about Target. What do they say? Ban Target. I ain't banning Target. I'm going to Target. I'm in Whole Foods, Sprouts. I'm in Gelson's. I ain't messing with these places where these people like that be at. When was the last time I went to a Walmart? College? Because they got them people in there willing to let off. Got caught shoplifting. Nah, man, I ain't got nothing, man. You can pat me. Pat him on. He pat him on the waist. He had it tucked up here in the armpit. Then he pulled it out, pointed at the officer. That officer should be at the church right now paying maximum tithes. Because that was nothing but God right there. I don't care what color you are. I'm patting you until you can't be pat no more. Open up your jacket. What else you got? Take off that belt. Let me see what you got. Pull up your pants. Let me see your jacket. Let me get up in there. This dude, the officer almost lost his life. He pointed right at him. Let me see if I can go back real quick. Let's see. He pointed. Look at that. Look.
Leans to his right, pulls out a gun.
Look at this. Lean to the right.
And pulls the trigger.
You see that? Look at that. Let's do it one more time.
The officer and pulls the trigger.
See that? Yeah, that was attempted murder. He got it pointed right at the officer. Look at this. And this dude looking. She don't know what's going on. She right there. And he got this, I'm ready to die look. She right there. This guy's right here. He's saying, hey, 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 instead of jumping on the dude. Hey, 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 what that gonna do? Officer is over here. Hey, 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 I'm jumping. Are you serious?
Hey, no, 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 no. No.
What goes through your mind when you see that video?
It's harrowing.
Hey, hey, hey.
My heart dropped into my stomach.
Captain
Hey.
John Bosley says you can
Look at
hear the
this.
click when the trigger was pulled,
Look.
but it didn't fire.
Look.
The officer
Ooh,
appears
he
to
was like,
seek
damn,
cover
it's
for
not
a
working.
moment
It's not
as
working.
A Walmart's loss
And he tried to get
prevention
it again.
specialist grabs the gunman's arm and wrestles with him.
He then brings the firearm back up and attempts to shoot the officer a second time.
Hey.
The gun does not go off again.
He attempts to shoot him a second time. Look at this, man. I know I'm wasting time, but look, let's get back to it. Look, I'm going to go back a little more. He gets tackled. See, right there. I'm still going to try to get him. I done cocked it back, and I'm still trying to get, look, he's pointed to the officer. Look, what are you grabbing his neck for? You don't grab his neck. If you see somebody got a gun, you got to hit the arms down so the gun can pop out. Grabbing the neck does nothing. He can still use his arms. You got it. That's why they call it disarm him. Hit the arms. Look, he tried to take this guy. Go to the church tomorrow. I need you to pray a maximum prayer, and I need you to give whatever you made that week. I need you to give up that whole salary, that whole check for that week check you got. Give it to the church. God didn't look out he didn't look out for you once, twice. Look at this. Look at this. That's pointed. And this guy gonna say, hey, hey, hey. In the suit. Look. Great tuck job in the look, he tucked his shirt perfectly. It still didn't come out. He must got one of them long sleeve tucked. Look at that. Fresh. Choking them out. You don't choke nobody out. You keep the arms down. So the gun can't raise. She could have got taken out. No. You know, old boy got a gun, baby. You gotta help him out. You gotta look, he got it out for that officer because he mad that he got caught.
Loss prevention specialist grabs the gunman's arm and wrestles with him.
He then brings the firearm back up and attempts to shoot the officer a second time.
This dude
the gun does not go off again.
Twice.
At this point, the officer comes back into the shot.
You can see the officer draws his gun, but then holsters it as he gets the suspect under control. Captain Bosley says the actions of both the police officer and that loss prevention specialist prevented a possible tragedy. Bosley credits the officer for not using deadly force in a stressful and terrifying situation.
I believe, with the loss prevention officer right there in the line of fire, the best option at that point was hands-on.
Newman is a convicted felon and spent time in prison in 2023 on drug charges. He's facing several new charges for the Walmart incident.
Look at this. Look at this. Tats on the neck. Yeah, he look like a serial killer for sure. Look at this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. Nike Tech. That's a white YN right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He about that action. Tats on the neck. See anybody with tats on the neck? Going the other way. I'm sorry. I don't want no problems with that. Tats on the neck? Look at this. Nike Tech. Only thing he missing is the ski mask. Yeah. He tried to shoot the officer twice. Gun click twice. Click, click. They talking about it was a great job though. The prevention officer didn't save him. That was God, bro. God saved him twice. I need you to go to the offering tomorrow, officer. Your whole check that you got, give it to God. You need to go ahead and pay that. Because you wouldn't be here if the gun jammed. The gun jammed, or he didn't have the bullets in the right way. That's how this officer was able to live. Because God jammed that gun. This ain't nothing but God. If you don't believe in God, watch this video. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the support. Thank you for just continuing to be here for me. I appreciate you guys. Hit the notification bell to see all the new vids. if you see the new videos, watch the old ones too. We got bangers though. Go get her Patreon coming soon. See the hat. Daily Show coming soon. Can't wait to talk about stuff like this every day. This is gonna be fun. Also, too, man, if you feel like you got a shoplift, get your money up. There's plenty of food banks around there that give you some food to keep you going. But there's no point of shoplifting. And definitely there's no point of shoplifting and trying to shoot police officers. Y'all be safe out there. I might want to go to Target.